Good morning, students. As in the earlier video, we have discussed about agriculture. We have discussed about the types of farming. Let's have a quick recap, then we will move further. See, we have studied about farming. There are two types of farming: subsistence farming and commercial farming. Then we have divided this subsistence farming into two parts: primitive farming and intensive farming. This primitive farming was again divided into two: nomadic herdings and shifting cultivation. We have discussed about in the nomadic herdings, the people used to move from one place to another and they were mainly depend on animals, animal rearing, livestock. Okay, in shifting farming we have discussed that people move from one place to another. They cut the piece of land in a jungle, burn it, and that ash they mix it with the soil before the first rain. When the first rain, they till the land so that the ash is mixed in the soil very easily and gets the quality of fertility. Okay, this we have discussed. We have also discussed that in this type of farming, the farmer is having the product that is produced for his family purpose only, not for the commercial purpose. They have very small quantity of production, that's for their own life and for their own family. Then we have discussed about the intensive farming. Okay, as I have told you, on a small piece of land, there is a pressure on this small piece of land only as the population is growing, but the pressure is there to increase the production on the same land, and that we have done by the green revolution. Yes, in this we used HYV seeds, high yielding seeds. In this type of seeds, the main important thing is irrigation. Irrigation facility is required. Okay, chemical fertilizer is used, and many types of machines are also used. So this type of farming includes the spend of money is required. Yes, but on a small piece of land we have the production more, and that we have done by the green revolution. This we have already discussed. Then we have talked about the commercial farming. In this commercial farming we have talked about the mixed farming and plantation farming. I have also discussed of what is a mixed farming, in which agriculture plus animal livestock is also reared. Yes, plus fruits, fruit crops, flowering plants, they are also grown up. That is used for the commercial purpose. In the plantation farming, as I have already told you, that on a large piece of land, the plantation of single type of crop is done. Why? For the commercial purpose. Mainly we find it for the sugarcane, tea, rubber, jute, coffee, etc. Then I have also discussed about the cropping pattern in India: Rabi, Kharif, Zaid. I told you about the sowing time, October to December, harvesting time, February to April. Crops that are known for the Rabi crops are wheat, barley, peas, gram, oilseeds. Area: Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. I will be sending you the notes of the map work, and you have to draw it by your own. Yes, one thing more I have to tell you, that one student called me, ma'am, we don't have map. So how to do? Just listen here. You make a stencil. You have a map in your ninth class book, India's political map you have in the ninth class book. Just draw it, trace it. Okay, trace it in a single page, cut it, and then paste it in the rough copy, in the cover page of your rough copy. Okay, and again cut it. It will be working as a stencil, and that stencil you can use in your notebook. Okay, if you are not going out of the house, or if the maps are not available near your house, then just make the stencil and do the work, but you have to do the work. Okay, so in the maps you have to mark all these maps, the map showing of rabi crops. Then I have also discussed about kharif crop. Sowing time May to July, harvesting time September October. Crops that are rice, maize, jowar, bajra, sugarcane, jute. Areas are Assam, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Maharashtra, and coastal areas of Odisha. Then I have told you about Zayat crop. Sowing time and harvesting time both April to June. Watermelon, cucumber, and many more things that you are eating right now. I told you about the major crops, that is divided into three: food crop, non-food crop, and horticulture crop. In the food crop, we have talked about grains and plantation, rice, wheat, millets, maize, pulses, that comes under the grains category. Sugarcane, just now only I have discussed about sugarcane, oilseeds, tea, coffee in the plantation. Non-food crops for rubber, cotton, jute, hemp, natural silk. Horticulture, fruits plus vegetables. Okay, now let us discuss about the major crops: rice, wheat, maize, pulses, and then we have millets. Okay, now see here. Before understanding this, you have to understand one thing. See, this is our earth. This is equator line. Though we have already discussed it in the ninth class when I was discussing about the climate chapter, but let me explain it again. This is a equator, 0 degree equator. Yes, this is 23.5 degree, Tropic of Cancer. This is 23.5 degree, Tropic of Capricorn. This is 66.5 degree, Arctic Circle. This is 66.5 degree, Antarctic Circle. This is North Pole and this is South Pole. Okay. Sun is here. Yes. Straight. Sunshine, sun rays straight falls on this portion. This is, you all know, this is tropical zone or torrid zone. This is temperate zone. This is frigid zone. From 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south, it is tropical. 23.5 to 66.5 in the north. 23.5, 66.5, it is in the south. These are temperate zone. 66.5 up to 90 degree, it is frigid zone, and 66.5 up to 90 in the south, it is frigid zone. Okay, sun rays fall directly straight here and slanting here. Okay, now understand, when the sun rays is directly falling here, it means temperature. is more here. If temperature is more here, water body lying here in this region where the sun rays are directly falling, it will evaporate. Yes, if it will evaporate, it will condense and then it will have rainfall. Yes, we will have rainfall. So what I am saying, the area where the sun shines bright, there will be more evaporation, more rainfall. If more rainfall is there, it means when the rainfall will be there, the trees will be more. I can say forest, different types of trees. Yes, it will be more in number. This area will be having more in number. I told you that this is 23.5 degree north. India is here. This 23.5 degree, it divides India into two equal parts. So when the sun is here, then when it will move in the north, in the northern hemisphere, it will reach the 23.5 degree. At this time, this area will receive more sunshine directly than the other areas on the earth. In this area, it will be too much hot, more temperature. So if more temperature will be there, what will happen? It will rain. So in the north, when the sun will be in the northern hemisphere, it will rain. You have to understand, when the high temperature is there, it will be heavy rainfall. If heavy rainfall is there, number of plants, forests, trees, production will be more. Clear? So the crops lying in this area will give the production more. So now let us discuss about the crops. Let's take first rice crop. What are the features of the rice crop? It's a kharif crop. Okay. It requires high temperature. If high temperature is there, then it will be high humidity. What is humidity? Amount of moisturizer present in the air. That is humidity. Okay. If evaporation will be there, definitely you will have moisture in the air. What happens during the rainy seasons? We have too much of humidity. Why? Because the air holds the moisturizer. Okay. So if high temperature is there, there will be high humidity. Yes, if high humidity is there, in which area it will be? Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh and parts of Rajasthan. Clear? So rice having the high temperature and it will be requiring high humidity, and you all know rice wants water more. So high rainfall. Rice crop will be requiring high rainfall. If I talk about the wheat, it's a rabi crop. Cool growing, bright sunshine. It does not require high temperature. Bright sunshine is there. Means not sunshine in a heavy, just directly falling on it. No, it's cool. Okay, sunshine it should be there. Rainfall between 50 to 70 centimeter. Then in the states are Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan and parts of Madhya Pradesh. As we have discussed it in the Rabi crops, mostly the states will be matching, because definitely that we have discussed about the Rabi crops, and this is a wheat is a Rabi crop, so states should also match. Let's discuss about the maize. See, the quality is this. The feature of maize crop is it can be included in kharif, maize and fodder crops. Temperature, it requires 21 degrees centigrade to 27 degrees centigrade. Old alluvial soil. It is for this crop, it's not necessary that new, fresh, just I say khadar. Khadar is not required. Bangar can also be can also fulfill the requirements of the maize crops. It requires HYV seeds. If HYV seeds is there, definitely irrigation. It will be needing irrigation. Why? Because these seeds requires too much of water. Only depending upon the rainfall cannot do anything. So irrigation is required. Fertilizers are required. Manure cannot help. Only manure. The chemical fertilizers that are produced in the factories are to be put there, so that the production can be increased. Okay, and the states are Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Bihar. So what I told you about the maize, it is kharif and rabi both fodder crop. Temperature is there 21 degree to 27 degree. Old alluvial soil can be used for the growing the maize crop. Requirements are for HYV seeds. If HYV seeds are there, definitely irrigation will be there. Chemical fertilizers will be used. And the states are Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Bihar. Then we are talking about pulses. It can be both kharif and rabi crops. Required use moisture. It want moisture means less moisture can be used. Too much of water is not required. Major protein source. You all are knowing that major, it's a protein source. Tuar you all know, somebody says tuar dal, that is arhar dal. Urad dal, moong dal, masoor dal, peas and gram. It is leguminous crop. You have studied in the science also that it takes the nitrogen from the environment and it converts into nitrate and put it in the soil, so that it can be the soil can become fertile. Yes, rhizobium is there that fixes the nitrogen. Restores soil fertility. Yes, the fertility that is lost after growing the crops, too much crops, then the farmer, now what he used to do, now he is doing the rotating the crops. Crop cycle is there. Then we have states of Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Maharashtra and Karnataka. So we have discussed about the major crops, about rice, wheat, maize, pulses. Rice requires high temperature. Definitely if high temperature will be there, high humidity will be there, high rainfall will be there. Rice crop requires too much of water. States are Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, parts of Rajasthan are also there. Wheat, it's a rabi crops, cool growing, bright sunshine is there at the time of harvesting. Rainfall 50 to 70 centimeter, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan and some parts of Madhya Pradesh. Maize, kharif and rabi crops, and it can be used as fodder crops. Temperature is 21 degree to 27 degree centigrade. Old alluvial soil can be used. HYV seeds, irrigation, fertilizers are required. States are Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh and Bihar. Pulses, it's a rabi and kharif crop, requires less moisturizer, major source of protein. Different types of pulses are urad, tuar, moong dal, masoor dal, peas, grams. Grams we have already discussed. Leguminous crops as also, it's a leguminous crop that fixes the nitrogen in the form of nitrate. Yes. Rhizobium, that insect is Rhizobium. Restores soil fertility. States are Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan and Maharashtra. I will be sending these PDF. Prepare the notes, and in the next video we will be discussing about the millets and other things.